Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel. Um, Today I'm shooting my video in my lunch break. It's 5 a.m. I work overnight. You guys know the story. A lot happened over this weekend. A lot happened, ladies and gentlemen. Penn State won 30-0. The best thing that I can hope for Penn State is, they move on to the conference championship. They go to a bowl game. But we all wanted them to go to the playoff as Penn State fans, students. If you're a fan of Penn State, Marshall also won. I saw a little bit of that game. I had to mix both games because they were on at the same time. I was there in my car to watch United get demolished in the playoffs versus Turf, SA Turf. They came to United's home, and the first series was just, I believe it was 3 plays, and Turf got into the end zone, and then on the second play of the United series, we had the running back run about, 65 yards just to get strip fumbled at the 1-yard line. And then they had a return back, Turf, for a 49-yard return. After that, I was with my sons. We had been there about 45 minutes. I have a 2-year-old and a 3.5-year-old. The 3.5-year-old was already getting impatient. When they get older, I'll probably bring them to games. But I took off after that. Ended up finding out the final score was 49-14. So United's out of the playoffs, state championship. They're out of it. And then we came on and we moved on to Monday, today. Well, it's already Tuesday, right? But Monday the 14th, this game was just... It wasn't our game. It wasn't our game plan. There was a lot of things that made us lose this game. I can't pinpoint it on 1 or 2 things, not even 3 things. There was like 4. I believe there's 4 pinpoints why we lost this game. Let's go ahead and start with the notes. On the Commanders received, and on their first drive, they had 2 runs. They went over 1 passing, a sack, strip fumble, and we recovered it. So we're starting off great in this game. And then Eagles' first drive, we go 2 runs. Hurts goes 2 runs for 13 yards, including 1 rushing touchdown, 1 yard from 1 yard. Scott had 1 carry for 5 yards. On a 3-play, 18-yard TD drive. And just like that, we're on the board. It's Commander 0, Eagles 7. Excuse me, it's because I just ate, guys. So hopefully I don't burp a lot in this video. And on the Commanders' second drive, they had 10 runs, including, and one of those runs, it was a rushing touchdown. Tyler Hansky goes 2 of 1 passing on a 13-play, 75-yard TD drive. The Commanders tie the game. It's 7-7. So I'm already thinking, you know what? Like, hey, they had their rushing attack early. They're catching fire early because that's what usually happens. You know what I mean? Our opposing team usually gets good 2 drives in, and then the defense makes adjustments and we start stopping people. Okay, so the Eagles' second drive, Hurts goes 5 of 2 passing for 41 yards, including a passing touchdown. Sanders had 1 carry for 6 yards on a 9-play, 78-yard TD drive. We've so in 2 drives. Listen to this. In 2 drives, we've ran the ball twice. including, I mean, you could say that Hurts ran the ball, but yeah, you know what? We ran the ball 3 times. Let's just say that because it was a design run on that first drive, and then the sneak was just a sneak. I mean, we're right there. I mean, to me, it doesn't really count as a run like with the running back. But we have 3 total runs, and we've passed it. Let me see how much. 7 times already. And this is already getting midway, almost to the first quarter ending. It's 14-7 Eagles, and we're looking pretty good. We're on top. But this chain reaction of run and pass is I'm telling you right now, you're already seeing that it's starting to increase in passing. So the Commanders come out on their third drive. They go 6 runs. Haneke goes 4 of 1 passing, and on a 12-play, 49-yard field goal drive, they get a field goal up, and it's 10-14 Eagles. And on the Eagles' third drive, Hurts goes 2 of 2 for 20 yards, and gets picked on a deep, I believe, 41-yard pass to, I believe, Brown. Double coverage, and he was all covered up. They were all over him. I don't like this. I didn't like this play. I mean, 4 passes. We're already at 11 passes with only 4 runs. I really feel like we got away from our running core in this game. Like I said, it's 11 passes to 4 runs. The Commanders' fourth drive, they go another 10 runs, including a rushing touchdown. Hanske goes 4 of 2 passing on a 16-play, 86-yard TD drive to put the Commanders in the lead, 17-14. And at this point, when it was 14-7, that was the end of the first quarter. On the ongoing third drive of the Commanders. So at this point, the Commanders have taken the lead. It's 17-14. They've ran it like 20 times already. I mean, so their running attack is punching us in the mouth on defense. And I've said this before in the past weeks. We need to focus on rush defense. We can't underestimate people's running game. It just doesn't make any goddamn sense, dude. When you run the ball, it opens up other things, a lot of things. I've explained this. It's something that we got to pinpoint in this week's practice. Rush defense. All that being said, it's 17-14, and on the Eagles' fourth drive, we go another 3 passes. Hurts goes 1 of 2 passing for 5 yards. We punt. And at this point, I'm just kind of like frustrated about it, but I didn't think too much. They're only up by 3. And on the Commanders' 5th drive, Haneke goes 3 of 3 passing. They had 1 run on a 8-play, 30-yard drive for a field goal. So they're up 20-14. So I'm hoping we got to get a sense of urgency because we're down 6 already in the second quarter where we should be good. I mean, so the Eagles' 5th drive, Hurts goes 1 of 1 passing for 4 yards. Sanders had 1 carry for 3 yards, and we have a punt. Again, the Commanders' 6th drive, they go another 10 runs. So that's 30 runs in the first half. Hanske goes 2 of 1 passing. We get a sack. Thank God for defense down that sack, and they have to be forced to kick a field goal on a 14-play, 66-yard drive for a field goal. The Commanders lead 23-14. At this point, it's halftime. And I was scared to death, dude. Like, I'm not seeing anything going good for the Eagles in passing game, which for all, I don't know for what weird reason, we feel like we can only pass. We need to run the ball. We need to run the ball. Like I was saying, hopefully we can run the ball more in the second half. So on the Eagles' sixth drive, I believe. Hang on, just a second. Yes, on the Eagles' sixth drive, I believe it was a 3-and-out. I'm sorry. Before half, it was 20-14, and on the fifth drive that the Eagles went 1-of-1 passing Hurts for 4 yards, and Sanders had 1 carry for 3 yards. That was the opening drive of the second half. So we passed it again twice, and Sanders Sanders doesn't get any carries, dude, and neither does anybody else. And at this point, was they get another drive. They put the other 3 points to make it 23-14, and we get the ball back. So we gotta be having some kind of more sense of urgency when you should have had sense of urgency like 3 drives ago. And Hurts goes 3-of-1 passing for 43 yards, a TD to Devontae Smith. Happy birthday, by the way, Devontae. It sucks that we got a loss today, but we do appreciate you and how hard you played today. And he had 1 rush for 2 yards, Hurts. And then Sanders, they're finally running with Sanders. 6 carries for 28 yards. Gainwell had a carry for 7 yards on a 12-play, 80-yard TD drive. These are the drives we need, dude, where we run it more than we pass it. You know, I remember earlier this year, I forgot which game it was, where we had, I believe, 12 runs. 3 different running backs were in there, and Hurts had some of those rushes. So we had 4 rushers, and we scored a touchdown with just rushing the football. I mean, and in this game, we have yet to do that. Like, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, so at this point, on that scoring drive, it's 23-21. The Commanders' 7th drive, Hansky goes 1-of-1 passing. They had 3 runs, and we get a pick. I believe it was C.J. Gardner-Johnson who got it. And then, pues, I'm hoping, you know what, the Eagles score. We get the ball back. We finally got that big takeaway that the defense has been giving us in these fourth quarters. And we catch a drive. We catch some catches, and we score. You know, that's what usually happens. So on the Eagles' 7th drive, Hurts goes 3 carries for 12 yards. He had 1 pass for 3 yards to Dallas Goedert, who fumbled it, got a face mask. They missed the call. Obviously, replays, they can't change penalty calls. But he fumbled it, and I believe he got hurt. But it looked like he got punched out, and maybe he got punched in the groin or something, which probably causes his injury. But he lost the fumble. Washington recovers, and there's still kind of plenty of time, and I'm just like, damn, you know what? Nothing's been going right for us on offense, especially when we're trigger happy. Anyways, the Commanders' 8th drive, they had 1 run. Their passing game went 1-of-1 for a field goal on a 4-play, -2 yards, thanks to the defense, only forcing the field goal on that drive to make it 26-21 Commanders. And so on the Eagles' 8th drive, the big play happens. We finally get a big play. I literally was like, let's go. And then before I could finish saying go, I see Watkins fumble the football. And at this point, I'm already accepting. You know what? There's already too much that's happened to us in this game. The 3 drives with 10 rushes for the Washington that went well. Um, the fumble by Goddard, now a fumble by Watkins in the fourth quarter. Um, you're just not gonna win ball games like that. And but Sanders did have a carry for 3 yards on that drive before Watkins fumbled it, and the Commanders. We stopped the Commanders on a. They had 2 runs and they went 1-0 passing, but they were short and they were forced to punt. So we still have an opportunity here. And on the Eagles' ninth drive, Hurts goes 0-1 passing, gets sacked on a I believe 4 defensive player blitz. And he just tried to run for it in between 2 defenders. Of course, they're going to get him. And Sanders had 1 carry for 2 yards. Like most of these drives, Sanders has 1 carry. Gainwell has 1 carry. Like, rush the football. Rush the football. We kind of got away from our rushing game today. We didn't really use it. We didn't pound the football at all. And I feel like that's a weapon that we have on this football team with our running core. We got to use our running game. And rely on passing a little bit less. You know what? We're gonna open up a lot of more things if we can pound the football. Well, wear down defenses, make them think we're gonna rush it, so we can get those big passes to Smith, to Watkins, of course, AJ Brown, because we know he can catch it downfield. But he's getting double coverage because we're just passing the damn football. And I'm not too upset about this, but that's one thing that really kind of got to me. We need to rush the football, because that's why we lost most of the games we lost last year. And even the fans, everybody said, rush the damn ball, run it. You know, I was one of those fans that we need to run the ball. And today, we didn't really run it, dude. So we punted the ball, and on the Commanders' 10th drive, they go 3 runs. And that essentially wins the game, including one of the runs. They had 2 runs. And no, I'm sorry, they had the 3 runs, and then one of them was stopped. And then Hansky had to pass it. He's going back in the pocket, and he takes a kneel. Because they've already got to him. He realizes that they're going to get to him. To me, it was just a smart play to try to pin us back. And then Graham and Reddick they tackle him anyway. To me, they did look. I'm going to say this. They lost us an opportunity. They didn't lose us the football game. Because like I said, there's a lot of other things that I've already said and explained right now that happened in this game that lost us the football game. Okay, the fact that Reddick and Graham, yeah, you know what? I saw Graham's face. He knows he made a mental mistake, but nobody's perfect. And to be honest, we lost this game way before that play happened. Because let's be real, if they got a first down, the game's over. Okay, he just happened to make that mistake because he didn't hear the whistle, or his momentum went to him, and he just made the tackle. And to me, was I upset about the call? No, I wasn't. It was the right call. He kneeled the ball down. Those are the rules. They blew the play dead, and you still tackle him? That's unnecessary roughness, roughing the passer. It's a mental mistake. But like I said, dude, that play, I wasn't really upset. I wasn't. So then after that, they had 2 kneels. They left time on the clock. So they punted. And on Eagles' 10th drive, Hurts passed it to Smith, who back lateraled it. And then that got back lateral deflected, which causes a fumble return. I believe Smith if fumbled it because of the back lateral, and the Commanders get one final fun touchdown at the end of the game. The game was basically over. We should have just, ran it or kneeled it, whatever. And the game score ends in 32-21. Commanders. The Eagles are no longer undefeated. Hurts went 17 of 26 for 174, 2 tubs, and an INT. And that was the deep INT to AJ Brown, double coverage, and he was pretty covered. He had 6 runs for 28 yards. He had a QBR of 94.0. He wasn't that bad today. Most of this loss was on a variable of things, like four or five things. Like I said, Sanders had 12 carries for 54 yards, so that tells you a lot about how much we ran it as a team. The Eagles ran it 20 times today. 20 freaking times with 4 different running backs, including Hurts in there with his 6 carries. Gainwell had a carry and Scott had 1 carry. That's pathetic, man. That's pretty pathetic. Run the football. That's one thing that I'm really upset about. Run the ball. Run the ball. I don't care how in the game you are. You need a running game to maintain a good offense, in my opinion. Run the fucking football. The Eagles defense had 3 sacks, 2 fumbles. One of them recovered in an INT. Their defense had a sack, 3 fumbles, and an INT. They obviously won the fumble battle. As a team, the Washington Commanders ran it 49 times. 49. 49. Dude, we don't have to run it 49 times, but if we ran it 31, 30, I would be a happy camper, bro. We need to rush the football. Tyler Hansky, he went 17 of 29 for 211 and 90. He had a QBR of 66.9. Obviously, Hurts was a little bit better than him. He had 5 carries for 10 yards. And then their running backs, Robinson Jr. had 26 carries for 86 yards and a TD. Robinson by himself rushed it more than the whole Eagles team. Rushed it more than the whole Eagles team. I mean, come on, man. Rush the ball. And then Gibson had 14 carries, 44 yards, and a tub. You know what, dude? I don't care about being undefeated. I really look, this game, dude, I hope it helps the Eagles. I mean, in my opinion, I think it helps the Eagles. It helps the Eagles learn, dude, on their mistakes. See what the offensive coordinator was play calling was not good. And hopefully he could see that. He passed it 26 times and he only ran it 20. He was obviously unbalanced and trigger happy. The possession of the football really leaned on the Commander's side today. But there's 4 things why we lost the football game. Our rush defense, we need that. I've been telling and saying in my video, we got to work on our rush defense. Rush defense. The turnover battle, we completely lost it. We had way too much turnovers, especially in the 4th quarter. On top of that, we didn't rush the football, which we need to rush the football. The turnover, the rushing the football, defensive rush yards allowed. those are my 3 pinpoints that I think why we lost this game. Obviously, that last opportunity that we probably could have had, but to be honest, it wouldn't have. Look at all the opportunities we had. You know, if Graham doesn't tackle him or Riddick don't touch him, do you really think that last opportunity we take advantage of it? We already have 2 fumbles in the fourth quarter. They're already passing it way too much. We wouldn't have pounded the football with 145. They're going to think, like, we have 145, we got to hurry up. That's why we lost this game. But I will say this. Run the fucking football. Run the fucking football. Please. We need to run the football. We got good running backs, good running core. Don't put it all on Hurts. Don't put it all on this receiving core. You can pass the ball when you have evenly balanced offense. Pound the football, please, especially when you're down. Pound the football, gain yardage, get downfield. Get something on the board. Just because you're down doesn't mean you have to pass it all the time. And that's my opinion, dude, on this game. That's what I think. But this loss helps us. You know what I mean? I don't care about going undefeated. I really don't. I don't care about going undefeated. What I care about is getting to the Super Bowl. Let's get to the Super Bowl. Let's put another one on the board because I want to buy jerseys, dude. I'm definitely getting a Brandon Graham jersey. Even though he causes a lost opportunity today. He stripped Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. I want his jersey. I want a Hurts jersey. I want this man to get there, dude. I want this man to get there. He's proving to me to be a damn good football player. Smith is good. A.J. Brown is good. We have good running backs. We just got to call the right game. But this loss helps us. It helps us grow. It helps us learn. And you know what? We got this one. And you better be glad it's not in the playoffs. It's not in the Super Bowl. And hopefully we get there and we can learn a lot from this game. Thank you for tuning in to your boy. I'm about to go back to Bart. Oh, yeah. This is my uniform, bro. This is what I come to work in. Shout out to my college shirt, Eagles. Let's go. Follow your boys. Subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys next week. The Colts at 12.